We are having a Capricorn Full Moon 2026 in astrology, also called the Strawberry Moon, on June 29th. This Capricorn Full Moon, Strawberry Micromoon, is illuminating and closing out karmic cycles. It's a small but mighty full moon. You see, your inner child and your inner CEO are having a very tense meeting. The Capricorn Full Moon is standing in opposition to Cancer. Zodiac sign Cancer in astrology is currently at the Sun, Mercury, as well as Jupiter placement. Welcome back to the Aquarius podcast, where we talk about astrology and emotional intelligence.
Have you ever been in a situation where you were completely overreacting to something, and in hindsight, after time has passed, you can recognize that the emotional reaction you were having to the thing doesn't actually match what was happening in that moment? I certainly have. It's a normal part of the human experience. From time to time, our calibration for how much of an emotional reaction we need to have to things is completely off.
Cancer is ruled by the moon and exalted at Jupiter.
Meaning that when zodiac sign Cancer feels things, they feel them in a big way. Part of their labor in this human experience is increasing awareness around the bigness of their emotions. Now, if you've ever been in that situation where you were overreacting to something, if there were people around that you liked, trusted, who attempted to assist you by bringing you back to this reality, the factual one, the one grounded. In the words of Taylor Swift, if they were asking you to calm down. Now, did that ever help you calm down? I'm willing to bet money that the answer to that question is no, because many of us, when we're emotionally dysregulated, do not calm down because others are telling us to calm down. We can often recognize that we were overreacting by being willing to calm ourselves down, to examine our behavior and the thought process that got us to that behavior. People who have Cancer at the Sun, Moon, and Rising often experience big feelings that feel completely out of control for them. Likewise, people who have the moon in the 12th house or Cancer in the 12th house, or even Lilith and Chiron in Cancer, can also struggle with emotional management. Now, specifically for the folks with moon in 12th house, these are souls that were not nurtured, that were not mothered, who had to nurture and mother themselves. So oftentimes these people can delay the emotional reaction until much later. So if you've ever had an experience that was painful, that you forgot about, subconsciously buried, or later something else happened that brings it back up, and then you realize that you're still talking about that thing that happened 10 years ago, chances are you probably have moon in 12th house, because the 12th house is where everything goes to hide. These are people that function really well under high pressure situations, because they can hide their feelings really easily. Now, there is a fine balance between exploding at the most minor inconvenience and pretending to not be inconvenienced when you are in fact being inconvenienced. This Capricorn full moon at the Scorpio degree is bringing to light the way we deal with our emotions, the karmic imprint that we learn from our parents about how to deal with our emotions, and how our emotions create realities that keep us trapped into a negative cycle that others cannot get us out of. We have to tell ourselves that we need to calm down for us to listen, because we don't receive that well from others. We have to be willing to actually make our body feel calm.
The world is a better place when everyone does what they came to Earth to do. You see, we all have gifts and talents given to us at birth that we came to Earth to manifest, illuminate, and master. When your career is aligned with your soul's purpose, there is a deep love there that cannot be replicated. Capricorn rules the 10th house in astrology. That is the house of our career, our public image, as well as our soul's purpose. We all came to Earth to play a role. Capricorn wants you to overcome the obstacles on your way to achieve what you came to accomplish. In astrology, Cancer, the sister sign of Capricorn, represents the home, our roots, and the mother of the zodiac. These two are opposites. Capricorn represents the top of the mountain, or achievements, also known as the father of the zodiac, While Capricorn's impact is in a community, Cancer's impact is in the home. They work together. Full moons in astrology ask us to take an honest look at ourselves for the sake of self-development, so we can align our energies to manifest our dreams. Cancer, as a mother, is very dependent on her children and family for validation, survival, and emotional safety. The crab in the barrel is a perfect analogy of this pattern with zodiac sign Cancer. You see, Cancer represents attachment in astrology, while Capricorn represents detachment. Capricorn is dependent on its own efforts and is represented by limitations, restrictions, and discipline. The sun in Cancer wants safety, softness, and belonging. The moon in Capricorn wants accountability, results, and grit. That opposition is a psychological war, push-pull energy between your inner child and your inner CEO. It's going to illuminate your relationship with your obsession, your fears, and your insecurities. Expect big feelings that you simultaneously judge yourself about, thanks to moon square Saturn in Aries. Chiron recently transitioned from Aries to Taurus. I'm not sure if you need to hear this, but you are enough. You're capable. You're different. Embrace it. When you think you can't do it, whose voice is saying that to you? Have you given up on the dream, even before taking the first step due to insecurities? Moon square Saturn wants you to be honest about your dreams. Do you really want your dreams? What are you willing to do to get it? Is your vision yours, or are you borrowing this vision from someone else? Is the dream real, or are you using it to run away from another issue? You're worthy. You're enough, just as you are. All dreams, regardless of their magnitude, require determination. But if you really believe in your dream, how have you been showing up to its calling? Be aware that shame and embarrassment may come up. The good news is that this Capricorn full moon is trine Chiron in Taurus. It wants you to be honest about how your emotional issues are keeping you from believing in yourself and pursuing your dreams. It wants you to face the illusion. Belief requires behavioral alignment. This Capricorn full moon transit wants you to believe in yourself enough to name the habits from childhood's emotional patterns that impact how you currently run your life. And he wants you to take a look at that because he wants you to keep your dreams alive and to heal what's getting in the way of you believing in yourself. It's about being honest, being practical, and grounded. Emotional safety is a daily grounding practice. It thrives under a delicate balance between the willingness to explore the meaning behind our emotions, as well as the restrictions we must exercise to effectively manage them. Here are 3 exercises designed to assist you with some emotional regulation. Tip number 1, take some time to audit yourself. What are you trying to prove when you're overworking? Are you building a stable foundation for yourself, or are you just busy? What's driving your hustle culture? Remember, Taurus is ruled by Venus. Slow and steady is how you win the race when it comes to Taurus energy. Number 2, emotional regulation is paramount for zodiac sign Taurus because it sits opposite of Scorpio. Before you get to that to-do list, regulate your nervous system. Taurus rules the body in astrology. We're being called to increase our somatic awareness. Your body is constantly communicating with you. Your body executes best when it's regulated. If you notice yourself procrastinating, overextending yourself, or not following through, you're not a lazy person, you're not frozen, but you might be emotionally dysregulated. Breath work, grounding exercises, as those are helpful for earthy Taurian energy. Taurus needs grounding, security, and predictability to be able to manifest. Lastly, number 3, investigate your scarcity mindset. Chiron in Taurus struggles with feeling abundant. You are valuable because you are, not because you do, and not because you have. The Chiron in Taurus wound is around feeling like you have to prove yourself to deserve valuable things. The compulsive productivity with Taurian energy is not sustainable when it's not paired with rest, relaxation, reflection, emotional nourishment, letting go of emotional pain from the past, respecting your limits, practicing self self-compassion and making consistent and incremental progress towards your goals. Taurus needs rest and time to appreciate the abundance they currently have, and it's within the comfort of that safety that they're able to build more safety. The safety you've already built in your home life wants to be acknowledged. That is how you combat the scarcity mindset. Now on to the horoscope for all 12 rising signs. For Aries rising, this full moon is going to hit your 10th house, which is the house of Capricorn. Manifestation under this Capricorn full moon for you is going to require healing your relationship with your career and your sense of worthiness and satisfaction with your career. Do you feel worthy based on everything you've already accomplished? You have done enough, Aries rising. You are enough. You are already powerful and deserving. You have nothing else to prove. I want you to feel this and know this deep in your DNA and engage in exercises that remind you of your power. Taurus rising, this full moon is going to fall in your 9th house. This is the house of spirituality. A worldview, a philosophy, or a relationship with spirituality is coming to an end. It's safe to let go of belief systems that do not ring true for you because your behavior tells you what you believe. It's not you believe it and you force it. It's you allow your body, your soul to communicate with you about what it is you believe. Your truth does not need to be everyone else's, and that's okay. Just let your wisdom be your own and let it teach you what's true for you. Gemini rising, for you, this full moon in Capricorn has come to heal your 8th house. You are going to be healing via some deep psychological release. Chiron being in your 12th house is slowly whispering to you about buried materials from your childhood that are currently affecting you. You don't want to wait until old age to listen. The universe is asking you to examine your relationship with spirituality, with the afterlife. Do you believe in it? Do you not? Where are you with that? What's your relationship with love? How are you demonstrating self-love, and how are you sharing this love with others? The childhood emotional stories you've buried are still a part of you. Let what's been buried surface without editing. Healing requires truth. Cancer rising, this full moon is highlighting your 7th house, which is the house of relationships. A partnership or relationship can be clearly seen, fully illuminated. Everything is crystal clear now. The healing is in recognizing your own reflection in others. It's time to stop projecting your fears on others and stop externalizing aspects of your personality that you do not like. Overgiving to belong while emotionally abandoning your needs won't bring you emotional safety. It's time to prioritize nurturing your vulnerabilities. Healing is about being honest with your soft spots, so you're more comfortable with a full range of emotions. Leo rising, for you, this falls in the 6th house. Your daily routines, your health, wellness, your mental health are being audited by Capricorn, and you know Capricorn is shrewd. You also having Chiron in your 10th house is going to be healing this wound around your legacy, your career, your soul's calling, the impact you believe you're making in the world. This is a wonderful time for you to heal through movement, through nourishment, through rest. All of those practices are deeply spiritual, and they can actually make you feel more powerful if you make them a natural part of your life's rhythm. Virgo wants you to see healing as a journey, not a destination. Now, moving on to Virgo rising, for you, this falls in the 5th house, which is the house of Leo. Your creative expression and relationship with pleasure and joy are healing. Chiron in your 9th house is healing the belief that pleasure needs validity, that it needs a reason, it needs a schedule, it needs utility. It's okay to let your hair down. It's okay to find pleasure just because. Joy is your birthright. We were all joyful children once. Not everything needs to be tied to productivity or outcomes. Some things are meant to be simply enjoyed because it feels good. Libra rising, for you, this falls in the 4th house. This full moon in Capricorn is illuminating healing around your roots, your home, your inner foundation, and your relationship with your mother. You came to Earth to heal a lineage wound around feeling emotionally safe within your body. Your ancestors want you to let go of family dynamics and patterns and ways of doing attachment that keep you trapped in emotional pain. Something deeply transformative is coming to heal you from that old family baggage. Scorpio rising, for you, this full moon in Capricorn is falling in your 3rd house, which is the house of communication. Your relationships are healing around how you think, how you express yourself, and how you process data. You're healing your relationship via truth. In addition to information, relationships need heart. They need emotional vulnerability. They need self-reflection. Truth-telling is nervous system regulation for Capricorn. Your relationships are going to feel safer when you own your voice, own your feelings, and show up authentically in them, as opposed to just mirroring what others are showing you to keep the peace. Sagittarius rising, for you, this falls in the 2nd house. This full moon in Capricorn is healing your relationship with money, resources, valuables, as well as self-worth. It's assisting you to examine some deep-rooted fears around what it means to feel safe in your life. Chiron, being in your 6th house, which is the house of Virgo and the house of karmic debt, is bringing to the surface that sacred mind, body, and heart connection, which is really necessary in order for us to feel in harmony with ourselves. Being rich is more than a dollar amount. It's embodiment. It's anchored in the body. It's about feeling good enough. When you know you're good enough, Jupiter's influences stop you from doing too much. You already do enough as it is. You don't need to keep trying to prove that you are good enough and that you are capable. Capricorn rising, for you, this Capricorn full moon is landing straight on you. You are the star of the show. This moon is healing you the most out of everyone. For you, the healing is around your self-image, your ego, your personality, your presence, the way that you manipulate people and situations to make the universe bend to your will. You're healing how you show up in the world, and you're also healing the kind of human you want to be. You deserve to be happy. Chiron, being in your 5th house, is healing the wound around giving yourself permission to play, to exist, and to shine without feeling the need to dominate others. Aquarius rising, this full moon in Capricorn is highlighting your subconscious mind. A karmic cycle is coming to an end. You can see how your emotional patterns from childhood are affecting your relationship with materials that you've buried deep inside your mind. Your family is your healing. Your family is your karma. What was once hidden about toxic dynamics are now clear. The veil is currently extremely thin. Your emotional foundation is healing. Let go of what no longer feels loving. Allow your body to feel this change and be intentional about alone time for the complete dissolution of what no longer serves you. Remember, what's real can never be destroyed. Lastly, Pisces rising. This full moon in Capricorn is falling in your 11th house, which is your house of community, friendship, social circles, friend groups, as well as shared vision and shared ideals. All of that is healing. You're being asked to use your voice and to examine the stories you tell about yourself to connect with others more intimately. You see, your body heals when you vocalize what you're feeling, when you confront ways in which you have deceived yourself, ways in which you've tricked yourself into believing some negative things about yourself that are simply not true. Your social circle needs and values you. It's time to let go of stories, ideas, and limiting beliefs about who you are. When you're in relationship with those who love you, you are more valuable to your community than you will ever know. I want to encourage you to challenge the negativity your brain sometimes tells you about who you are. In summary, I want you to trust that this is your liberation. This is what you've been asking for. This is the exit ramp out of the karmic loop It will require some courage to break out of old patterns to do something new. This Capricorn full moon at the Scorpio degree is a karmic moon transit, meaning that it's attached to patterns that we've inherited and that we have mastered that actually do not help us feel more safe inside our bodies. It's asking us to investigate those patterns, those childhood traumas and emotional patterns that are keeping us from feeling abundant in the here and now. Cancer as a zodiac sign represents attachment, while Capricorn represents detachment. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, an outer planet in astrology, hence its emphasis on achievements, community building, and boundaries. Cancer is ruled by the moon, the most volatile planet in astrology. Cancer represents emotional safety, which cannot exist without self-discipline. We need both nurturing and challenges, emotional freedom and accountability, attachment and detachment. Our roots help us blossom. Our soul's evolution requires emotional safety and accountability. When it comes to our career, small daily sustainable efforts are going to be preferred by Taurus over toxic productivity, harsh self-criticism, and ambitious goals that don't really have a practical container to sustain them long term. So pay attention to what works over the next couple of weeks and let go of what keeps you trapped in old pain cycles. If you have too much on your plate, what can you afford to let go of? How can you bring more balance to your daily schedule? Balance that invites emotional safety. The Capricorn journey of overcoming and survival brings us into self-mastery. It's about making the decision to be the master of your soul. The mastery of the self is directly related to our ability to create emotional safety for ourselves. We can't grow if we keep running away from what does not work and what's hurting us and what's keeping us feeling victimized and unable to move forward. Success is on the other side of failure. We must be willing to tell ourselves the truth about what's not working and hold ourselves accountable to what's not working, and then make a choice to do the opposite. Our feelings are ours to own. It's good for us to name them, acknowledge them, and use them to empower ourselves. I would encourage you to let go of behaviors that bring bad vibes and make choices that make you feel powerful. So here's a question for you. Do you think emotional safety is possible without emotional regulation? If not, what do you do to regulate your emotions when, you feel out of whack? Whatever that means for you. Remember, Capricorn wants structure and results. And that, my friend, requires a system. Looking forward to catching up with you for the new moon in Cancer on July 14th, 2026. Thank you for listening to the Aquarius podcast. You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com. You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo for all of your astrology content. Thanks so much for watching.